Yo, what is going on, guys? It is a rather cold Ohio morning in March. Today, doing an oil change on the Honda Navi. What you're gonna need for this oil change is you're gonna need some 10W30. Get the OEM stuff. It's on Amazon. It's like 10 bucks. What did I pay? 12, 10 bucks, something like that for this. Get the OEM stuff. The Honda will like it. You need some 12 millimeter socket and a 17 millimeter socket, which can also be substituted by a 11 16th socket. That would be the one that I'm using today. We're gonna get this oil change. There's a lot of controversy on how much oil you should put in your bike. I've noticed that on the online forums, other videos. Some people are like, 800 milliliters is way too much. Some people say that's a perfect amount. Some people say go all the way up the dipstick. Some people say you're stupid for that. My bike runs better with less oil. I don't know why that is. I swear I get mile per hour gain. Maybe I'm out of my mind. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. We're gonna get into this oil change though. Let's make it happen. The first step of the oil change, get your bike up on the center stand and let it run. Just let it run for, get it turned on first. Let it run in like 3-4 minutes. Just make sure that oil's heated up a little bit. Make it, you have viscosity, a little bit easier to flow on out of the bike. You don't want it to be cold, or you don't want it to be like, burn my hand. But yeah, so just warm it up for a little bit. After you have heated up your bike for a few minutes, it's time to come onto the right side of the bike, down where the this fan is, with a 12 millimeter socket. Down onto this bolt right on in here. Have a little pan or a little something you're gonna catch the oil with. This is gonna be tough. I'm gonna be recording this and trying to grab this at the same time. Okay, so here we go. Just get that taken off. The spec is only like 18 pounds, so make sure not to do it extremely hard so you'll never be able to get it off. I'm gonna take this off with my hands really quick after I loosened it, trying to get no oil on me. See if we can do it. Part of me thinks I should be wearing gloves. You could wear gloves, that's your choice. Pull that on off. I dropped the nut. That oil looks horrendous. Holy crap, that's bad. Wow. Okay, well, yeah, it was time for an oil change. This is the 2,500 mile oil change. The nut definitely looks like a nut, and I definitely got it dirty. I'm gonna have to clean that. But whoa. Yeah, I don't know. 2,500 mile oil change might need to be bumped up a little bit. This has been 6 months. This is the first oil change wasn't as bad as this. This is like, whew. But yeah, drain all the oil out of your bike just like this. You might need to get up there. Me personally, I get up there and I like to tilt it over on the side just to make sure to get all the oil out of the bike. Like I said, whenever it starts to, I do have gloves, but when it starts to get a little bit slower, you want to grab it up here. Just give it a tilt just to make sure that you get every last little bit of oil out, to make sure the milliliters is correct to the amount that you put on in, and you just want to get all the bad oil out. I don't think you want any of that in your bike. I think I got some metal shavings in there. Whew, well, they are called the minivan of India, so they can really take a beating. So that is good. Alrighty, now come over on this side with your 17 millimeter or 11/16. I have 11/16. Gonna go stick that right on in there. Have immense leverage, because why? I don't know. Give this a couple cranks. Once again, the spec is very loose. It's like 18 pounds, 19 pounds, so don't go crazy. I did go crazy last time, and these have been a challenge to take off. You haven't seen me breaking my hands trying to do it, but yeah, you saw the easy part. So that's just how it goes. Take this on off. You're gonna have oil. It's not gonna shoot out everywhere. People are like, put the pan down there. It's not gonna shoot out. You got this guy. You stick that guy in a paper towel. This guy, and I'm sure it might get a little oil on the driveway. Little boo-hoo. But grab this on that. You'll see larger end is goes on the inside. This end goes inside of there. Oil all over my hands. Soiled these gloves. The oil filter. Oh, uh-oh. Don't lose the spring. Better stay here, Mr. Spring. Stupid. Okay, well, now I gotta go and get that. Might need some needle nose or something. Oh, no, here we go. Fishing on out there, try not to damage it. It came out a lot easier last time. Just wants to be a part of the bike now. No, let me clean the oil. The spring just keeps, of course, it's the windiest day ever as of today. Maybe put that there to keep it there. That will work. But yeah, I'm gonna fish this out eventually. Jeez. Okay, well, maybe some needle nose. Something. All right, I'll fish this out and I'll come back. And at the beginning of the video, I did lie. It is good, I mean, not necessarily, but it is good to have some like brake cleaner, carb choke cleaner, something to clean this. Like, this stuff just eats through everything and evaporates in like 2 seconds. So it's good to have it. And that's what I'm gonna be using today to spray this down. Definitely wear gloves and eye protection when you use this, because this stuff is absurd. But just give this a couple of good sprays. Let me just get this cap on up there. Get that cap on up there. Sprayed in my eyes, almost did. Wow, that would have been a bad day, but guess what? I have my glasses on. Haha. It's always makes everything a lot easier while you're filming. Yeah, just get that good old spray, get it everywhere. Yep, spray just like that. Maybe take your socket and flip it on over, because you don't want to touch that stuff. Even though I have gloves on, they'll seep right through it. Just keep it on there. Yep, we're just playing with it a little bit. Wow, then that thing's the cleanest it's ever been, and I'm gonna stick it right back on in there and make it happen. I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, and after you've cleaned off all your pieces in here with brake cleaner, you're gonna stick the little guy back on in there to start. You're gonna wanna take your spring, goes large end first there. That right on over top. And this one just goes right on in there. Just like that. Stick it on in there, and wow, this is going to be impossible to do while recording, because it's got that spring want to come back on you. This is going to be a 2 hands type of thing. Just like that, you'll be able to do it easy. I'll put that in there and I'll come back to you. And then after that's done over there, come back onto the other side of the bike, grab your drain plug, and you can go ahead and stick that back on into your bike. I wouldn't add oil before you do this. It's a great way to waste your oil. I mean, hey, be my guest, but yeah, stick that back on there. Make sure, don't make it too tight. I made it too tight the first time and it was hard to get off. To refill the oil, you're gonna need a funnel of some sort. I got this green one. I don't know where I got it, but I've had it for quite some time. It's a little dirty. I may need to clean it before we do this. That I will. But unscrew this. Honda in the manual states between 662 milliliters and 800 milliliters in terms of a perfect oil change, depending on, I don't know what that is, but me personally, I had great success with the first oil change, and putting in 746 milliliters was the absolute sweet spot, in my opinion, of the Honda Navi oil. We're gonna start with about 675, 700, see where that gets us up on the dipstick, and continue from there, because you really don't want to overfill it, because you gotta take off that, and no. We're gonna start less and then add a little bit and see where it goes. And if you bought the OEM oil, I don't know why you would not buy the OEM oil. Buy the OEM oil. If I could take this and throw it at you and hit you with it right now, if you buy something other than this, your head is a bone. But right at the bottom, 946 milliliters. That's why I got 746. Took it just a wee bit over the 200 milliliter line on there, and it was a perfect oil change. And that's what we're going for. I'm gonna pour it to about 300, between the 200 and the 400 to get it started through my funnel right on in here. So let's get working on it. And in putting in the 660 milliliters, that got me to 300, gave me about halfway up the dipstick. I'm gonna do just a wee bit more. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm putting 746 again, or somewhere similar, right down to about the 200 milliliter line. And to me, there you have it, 200 milliliters, which means I put in a total of 746 milliliters into the bike. I'm gonna get the dipstick test, pop that on out. Dipstick is just a hair under full. That's what I'm going for here. I don't want it to be all the way up to the brim. I don't want it to overfill it. You see it has this, wow, that is awful quality. It has that, like, the tinged, I don't even know what that is, like honeycombish, Like, it has 7 of those honeycombs, tingish thingamajiggers, mabobbers, and we are at the 5th on this side. We are at the 5th and a half, like 6th honeycomb. We're not all the way over, just 1 to 2 of those beneath where that is. To me, that is a perfect oil change. Not going all the way up. Sure, I could go all the way up, put 800 milliliters in, yada, yada, yada. This is perfect. I'm gonna screw that back on in. That's what I call a good oil change. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoy a good oil change. Dispose of this properly. I like dump it in the bushes or something. Don't listen to that, but take care. Thanks again.